Hey guys, what's up, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving deep into the world of conspiracy theories, but with a twist. We're not just talking about any old theories, these are the ones that turned out to be true. Get ready to have your minds blown as we uncover the truth behind some of history's biggest secrets. We're gonna learn about what the theories were, who came up with them, and who proved them true. So buckle up, grab your detective hats, and let's get right into it. Let's start with a classic, the Watergate Scandal. Picture this. 1972, Richard Nixon is president, and everyone thinks he's about to win re-election. But then, there's a break-in at the Democratic National Committee headquarters in the Watergate Hotel. It seemed like a random burglary, right? Wrong. It was connected to Nixon's re-election campaign. They were trying to bug the Democrats' offices. The cover-up began immediately, with Nixon denying any involvement. But the truth always comes out. Journalists like Woodward and Bernstein started digging, following the trail of lies. They found out Nixon had been secretly recording conversations in the Oval Office. The tapes revealed Nixon knew about the break-in and the cover-up. Faced with impeachment, Nixon resigned in disgrace in 1974. The Watergate scandal showed that even the most powerful person isn't above the law. Okay, get ready for this one because it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. We're talking about MKUltra, the CIA's top-secret mind control program. Imagine a world where the government can control your thoughts, your actions, even your memories. That's what the CIA was trying to achieve with MKUltra. Starting in the 1950s, they conducted horrific experiments on unsuspecting human subjects. We're talking about giving people LSD, hypnosis, electroshock therapy, you name it. They even tried to create Manchurian Candidate-style assassins, programmed to kill. The craziest part? Most of the victims had no idea they were being experimented on. The truth about MKUltra started to leak out in the 1970s, thanks to investigative journalists and a Senate committee investigation. It was like something out of a nightmare, and the CIA tried to destroy most of the records. But some documents survived, revealing the horrifying truth about MKUltra. This is one of the most shameful episodes in American history. The Tuskegee Syphilis Study is a chilling example of racism and medical abuse. Imagine being told you had bad blood and needed free care, only to be part of a twisted experiment. This happened to hundreds of African-American men in Macon County, Alabama, starting in 1932. The U.S. Public Health Service, with the Tuskegee Institute, studied untreated syphilis. They never told the men they had syphilis. They gave placebos and withheld treatment, even after penicillin was available. Many suffered and died in the name of science. In 1972, a whistleblower exposed the truth. The public was outraged, and the government shut the study down. The Tuskegee Syphilis Study reminds us of the importance of informed consent and the dangers of scientific racism. Okay, this one is gonna sound insane, but I swear it's true. Operation Northwoods was a plan devised by the U.S. Department of Defense in 1962. Get this, they wanted to stage fake terrorist attacks on American soil and blame it on Cuba. I know, right? It sounds too crazy to be true. But the documents don't lie. They were seriously considering bombing U.S. cities, sinking their own ships, even hijacking planes, all to justify an invasion of Cuba. Can you imagine the chaos and terror if this plan had actually been carried out? Thankfully, President John F. Kennedy rejected the proposal. Operation Northwoods shows how far some people in power are willing to go to achieve their goals, even if it means harming their own citizens. Ever feel like you're being watched, like the government is listening to your every move? Well, for some people in the 1960s, that fear was a reality. We're talking about COINTELPRO, the FBI's secret program to spy on and disrupt domestic political organizations. Imagine the FBI infiltrating civil rights groups, anti-war movements, even environmental organizations, all in the name of national security. They used wiretapping, surveillance, misinformation, even violence to discredit and dismantle these groups. They targeted everyone from Martin Luther King Jr. to John Lennon, trying to silence their voices and crush dissent. The truth about COINTELPRO came out in 1971, when a group of activists broke into an FBI office and stole classified documents. The documents revealed the shocking extent of the FBI's illegal activities. COINTELPRO is a chilling reminder that our right to free speech and assembly is not always guaranteed. The Iran-Contra affair was a major political scandal that rocked the Reagan administration in the 1980s. It involved secret arms sales to Iran, a country the U.S. had an arms embargo against. But it gets even shadier. The Reagan administration used the money from the arms sales to fund the Contras, a rebel group fighting the socialist government in Nicaragua. The problem was, Congress had explicitly banned funding the Contras. So the Reagan administration created this whole secret operation, bypassing Congress and acting like a shadow government. The Iran-Contra affair was a huge deal. It involved secret deals, lies, cover-ups, and it showed how far some people in power were willing to go to pursue their own agenda, even if it meant breaking the law. The Manhattan Project was one of the biggest secrets of World War II. It was a top-secret research and development project that produced the first nuclear weapons. Imagine thousands of scientists, engineers, and military personnel working tirelessly in secret locations across the United States, all racing against time to develop the most powerful weapon the world had ever seen. The Manhattan Project was shrouded in secrecy, with most people involved not even knowing what they were working on. The government went to great lengths to keep the project under wraps, fearing the consequences if the Axis powers found out. The success of the Manhattan Project changed the course of history, ushering in the atomic age and the threat of nuclear war. It also raised ethical questions about the use of such devastating weapons. The Dreyfus Affair was a political scandal that divided France in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. It involved the wrongful conviction of Alfred Dreyfus, a French artillery officer of Jewish descent, for treason. Imagine being falsely accused of selling military secrets to Germany, imprisoned on Devil's Island and facing public scorn and hatred, all based on forged evidence and anti-Semitism. Dreyfus always maintained his innocence, and his case became a cause célèbre, with prominent figures like Émile Zola speaking out against the injustice. After years of struggle, Dreyfus was finally exonerated in 1906, but the affair left a lasting scar on French society, exposing the dangers of anti-Semitism and the abuse of power. For decades, Big Tobacco, the major tobacco companies, knew about the harmful effects of smoking, but hid the truth from the public. They engaged in a massive campaign of deception, denying the link between smoking and cancer, heart disease, and other health problems. Imagine knowing that your product was addictive and deadly, but continuing to market it aggressively, targeting young people and downplaying the risks. Big Tobacco used their wealth and influence to manipulate scientific research, discredit health experts, and lobby politicians to protect their profits. It wasn't until the 90s that the truth about Big Tobacco's deception was fully exposed through lawsuits and investigations. The tobacco industry was eventually held accountable for its actions, but not before millions of people had died from smoking-related illnesses. In the digital age, privacy has become a major concern, and the revelations by Edward Snowden in 2013 brought the issue of mass surveillance to the forefront. Snowden, a former NSA contractor, leaked classified documents revealing the vast scope of the NSA's surveillance programs. Imagine the government collecting your phone records, emails, internet browsing history, even your location data, all without your knowledge or consent. Snowden's leaks showed that the NSA was collecting data on millions of Americans and people around the world, raising serious questions about privacy rights and government overreach. The NSA claimed that its surveillance programs were necessary to prevent terrorism, but critics argued that they were a violation of our basic freedoms. Snowden's actions sparked a global debate about the balance between security and privacy in the digital age. And there you have it, guys. 10 conspiracy theories that turned out to be 100% true. It's crazy to think how much goes on behind the scenes, right? Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see more conspiracy theory deep dives, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future investigations. Until next time, stay curious.